Hello and welcome everyone to the Barber Ford 180 by LNS Customs. We bring you tonight the second round of the round of 12 as far as the Xfinity races go. So this is going to be a very interesting night tonight here as we see right now track temperature is currently 75 degrees, a little bit hotter than it was last night. It still is daytime out here on the track tonight as it's 65 degrees out there. So the temperature outside is actually not that bad. 20% humidity with a partly cloudy and a 4-mile-an-hour wind. Last night I want to say it was 16-mile-an-hour wind. So the wind was really kicking up out there last night. But we are here tonight with 120 laps at the beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway, as we've got a couple of drivers currently out on the track right now. Ronnie Shirk currently setting his first lap. Chris LeBourgeois was able to set his first lap. He did set himself up into the pole. So Chris LeBourgeois, one of those drivers that got knocked out at Watkins Glen, still in the race, trying to get everything done. We like we were saying last night, these drivers still able to make some money in this series, even if you're not in the chase for the points. But right now, Ronnie Shirk, you see him set his second best lap. We'll go ahead, get the points rolling as Josh is currently getting his game updated. He was having some issues, with this new update and everything that came out. Would not let him update his game. He's been trying for the last hour, but he's currently getting into it. I'm getting word from him that he is good. But we'll go ahead and get those points brought up real quick as that 99 of Josh Clemons currently out on the track. Jason Clemons, oh my goodness, I'm getting everything confused. Jason Collins is going to be your points leader with 6 wins on the season. So Jason is holding on to that points lead. Ronnie Shirk right behind him. Tyler Johnson in 3rd. Nate Mowrer in 4th. Bryce Hunter 5th. Robert Richards is going to be in 6th. Christopher Pendell 7th. Brad Gebhardt 8th. Tied for that 9th position is Bret Nielsen and Brandon Zimmerman. Josh Clemons in that 11th spot, and Ron Morris Jr. is going to be in that 12th spot, which I want to say that Ron Morris Jr. machine will not be here tonight as he is having to work. So real life things coming up and showing its ugly head. But Josh, what are you looking forward to in this Xfinity race tonight? This is going to be a lot of fun. We've only got 13 cars out on the track, so what are you looking for with these Xfinity cars? Something that we were looking at different than the Truck Series last night.
More looseness. We'll see some guys probably snapping around a little bit more, lower downforce, higher horsepower. But overall, I think we're going to see some good racing. I mean, you're going to see these guys have to experiment a little bit more. You can already see the 99 of Clemons. This lap doesn't count, but you can just see the bounciness in that front left as he was getting down the splitter, wanting to bottom out on the bottom of the track. And, drivers are trying to, come in here tonight and just find some speed here. We know the car is going to try to bottom itself out. It's going to get low down there on the ground. And it's going to be fun to see him just manage this race car over time. We know here at Las Vegas, the tire wear can be very detrimental on you over the runs. So with as low as a car count as we're having here tonight, I'm expecting to see some very long runs. And these guys are going to have to stress their tire conserving and, really going to have to, conserve that fuel to try to make it as long as they can to stretch out this race. 120 laps here tonight at Las Vegas. So hopefully you got everything ready and you've got the hand you want to play, because whatever you're dealt, you're stuck with for the rest of this race. We'll see how everybody manages with fuel strategy towards the end. We know that's been big here in the last couple weeks in Bluegrass. So I'd expect no less here tonight, as it looks like the 3 of Jason Collins is going to take his way to qualifying. I'm expecting to see Chris, possibly a new driver here tonight, come to victory lane.
Yeah, we see Chris LeBourgeois currently still holding on to that pole position. We know that LeBourgeois machine had a real life accident the other day. If anybody that's not in the Discord channel, it was in the share pics and stuff. He was actually backing a fire truck into the firehouse, and a drunk driver broadsided him in the fire truck as he was backing it up. So good to know that Chris LeBourgeois is good. He said that all the X-rays and everything showed out normal. Everything's fine. And I said, hey man, to be in a little bit of pain and everything, you sure are going pretty fast out here in these Xfinity cars tonight. Showing some shades of Davey Allison when he had that Pocono wreck.
Man, could you imagine? That's just crazy. The drunk driver out of it. Hey, he deserves it, man. You're drunk, you're driving. At least he hit something that, isn't going to, you hear a lot of bad stories with drunk drivers. At least you're in a fire truck, man. You're in a big old big old machine right there to get smacked into.
Well,
so.
like I said, at least if you get, if you hit the fire truck, hey, it's instant, instant help. You ain't got to worry about waiting on anybody to come to you. But then Bourgeois said, yeah, but when you got to call the ambulance for the fire truck people, that's whenever it becomes a problem. And I was like, I guess I could kind of see where that would go. So good to have Bourgeois out on the track, currently sitting in that pole. It looks like Jason Collins was able to better that second lap. He's going to move himself up into that 5th spot. So Jason looking like he's going to do a pretty good run here tonight, probably doing a little night. So that's going to. All right, and we welcome you back to the to the Barber Ford 180, as we've had a little bit of incident there at the beginning of the race, but it looks like we've got it green flag now. As it looks like Chris Bourgeois going to go ahead, pull himself out into the lead. Christopher Pendell going to be right behind him. Again, we do apologize about that little bit of a late start. Was test streaming everything, had everything going early on, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it swapped over, everything just kind of went to crap. Our upload speed went underneath a meg. Yeah, the whole internet in the house just kind of went out. So we are currently live, though, right now. Looks like everything is going back the way it should be. So right now we're going to get us going here at the Barber Ford 180. Is Christopher Pendell still out in the lead, or excuse me, Chris Bourgeois out in the lead. You see Christopher Pendell right behind him. Nate Mowrer has got up into that 3rd spot, up 2 positions. Ronnie Shirk in 4th, and Brad Gebhardt in that 5th spot. So a lot of drivers right now looks like getting separated out. Jason Collins, though, looks like he's having a little bit of issue here early on. Might be going on a little bit of conserve line, as we did miss the first few laps of this race. But here at lap 10, we've got Chris Bourgeois out in the lead, who is doing a really good job right now. Like Josh said early on, does look like we might have a couple of different drivers up here in the winner's circle tonight. Christopher Pendell doing a good job, but look at that, man. he is all over the back bumper there of Le Bourgeois.
Yeah, good little race going on here between these two up front. Nate Mowrer starting to file his way back in. Ronnie Shirk now putting a little bit of pressure to that 971 machine as he's rolling his way up behind Brad Gebhardt back to 5th. As you're starting to see that 51 now start to slowly creep up onto the rear of the 971 as they're going to dive it here into turns 1 and 2. And the 51 going to clear him on the bottom lane. 971 going to come back to that back bumper. Might see Nate Mowrer, yes, pulled back out to the bottom. Looks like he is going to get out of the gas. So it looks like the 971 is going to go ahead and let that 51 of Ronnie Shirk by. But up here still in the front, Pendell, Le Bourgeois, the two Chris's, they're going at it here as they're going to be going 1 and 2 here into 1 and 2. As you'll see, the 83 and the 94 both looking to get some success here tonight. There's Le Bourgeois, definitely one of those drivers that could win here at a track like Las Vegas. We know he's got speed on these 1.5 mile intermediates, especially he's had a lot of speed in these Xfinity cars this season. Excited to see him possibly pick up a good finish here tonight. But Jason Collins is under a little bit of pressure here tonight. He's sitting in that 6th spot, wrecked out last week, didn't he, Chris?
He did have a little bit of an incident early on in the race. Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah. I remember this last week was Bristol, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So looks like Pendell making a move on Le Bourgeois.
Yeah, he's going to go to the inside lane. He's not going to clear him all the way. Le Bourgeois going to have the run back around the outside. We'll see if Pendell will clear him. It looks like he does for a moment. And yeah, he's clear big time. The 83 going up to the top of the track. He's now going to go to the bottom here. New leader at lap 13. It's a Chris, but it's Chris Pendell as he is going to lead lap number 13 to lap number 14. As he is going to lead possibly for his first time tonight. Like me and Chris said, we got in here a little bit late. Our internet decided to take the dump on us, so we had to get re-situated. Talking about re-situated, though, Christopher Pendell, he looks like Chris Le Bourgeois wants to get himself re-situated with the lead here.
Whoa, leaning up there on that door.
A little wide of an entry there from the 83. That's going to wash the 94 up. They're going to get it cleaned up here. 94 really wide on corner exit. He's going to try to sweep it down here, possibly in front of the nose. It looks like he's not. Those boys are racing up there. Bryce Hunter now trying to make up some game as he's right behind that 3 machine of Jason Collins. Robert Richards, last night's 2nd place finisher to that David Brackett machine. An awesome run from both of them. He's still looking for just a win here in the Bluegrass Series, whether it be trucks or these
big
Xfinity cars. So I say he had a big run out of corner.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go back up front here, though. Le Bourgeois starting to lose a little bit of time to Christopher Pendell. Looks like Ronnie Shirk starting to also lose a little bit of time to Le Bourgeois now. But that 971 and Nate Mowrer still all over that back bumper. Brad Gebhardt, though, is kind of sitting where he's been sitting the entire time we've been here. About a 2nd and 2/10 off from Nate Mowrer. So we'll see if he can make up some time. It looks like Jason Collins starting to put a little bit of separation between him and Bryce Hunter. You see Robert Richards all over the back bumper from him. We're going to kind of cycle back, show your drivers Jeremiah Hobbs and Brandon Zimmerman right now currently battling for that 9th and 10th position. You're going to go back a little bit more. You see Bret Nielsen back here. Tyler Johnson in that 5 machine right behind him. And then that 29 of Travis Twitty currently sitting in 13th. And then that 99 of Josh Clemons who's fallen back 2 positions now in that 14th spot. So Josh Clemons battling for some of those points. He is trying his best to make up as much time as he can. But whoa, look at that. 20 of Brandon Zimmerman on the inside there of Jeremiah Hobbs. So he's going to make a pass here going into turn 2.
Looks like Pendell starting to pull a little bit here on Le Bourgeois. You're starting to see Ronnie Shirk and Nate Mowrer put a little bit of ground on Le Bourgeois, I'd say. About 1 3/10 back. As I say that, though, Mowrer really putting Shirk under pressure ever since he passed him. As you hear him rolling the throttle here through 1 and 2. Down that back straightaway, you just stay flat, wide open. As you kind of got to dominate from all the way from that wall down the back stretch. You diamond it down into the corner here in 3 and 4. Ride that low lane again. You're going to see that 971 just about a half lane lower as he does get a little bit better of a run out. As going here to 1 and 2, I was going to say it looks like the 971 might try to make a move here on the outside. It looks like the 51 shutting that door on the outside. That's going to allow the 971 to come back to the inside. But not a good enough run from that 51 or 971 and 8 Mowrer. And speaking of, Chris, look up front, Pendell, Le Bourgeois, they're starting to get separated. But look at this, Bryce Hunter, Jason Collins. Looks like Bryce finally started to try to make the move on Jason Collins around the outside. He will. You saw Jason get out the gas a little bit earlier there, right? And then it's going to bring Robert Richards, actually. into that striking distance area. We'll see if Robert Richards now can promote himself up a position. Jason going to lose a spot back to that 7th position.
Yeah, we're currently seeing a lot of drivers getting singled out here. Only 14 cars out on the track tonight, so not a lot of cars out here. You know, but like we were saying, it's good to see all of these drivers still battling for position, still battling for the points. You know, Nate Mowrer, Ronnie Shirk, 2 of those drivers that are currently trying to battle as many points as they can, trying to make up as much time as they can. So see, it looks like Nate Mowrer got a really big run on the inside of that 51. He's going to make a pass down there below that bottom lane. That is legal, like we say every time. That is legal to go below that white line. You know, and it's a gentleman's rule. You don't normally have to let them back up. But look at that, the 971 having to get out of the gas really hard. That's going to open up the door for Ronnie Shirk to go ahead and move on by him as they're starting to catch that 83 of Chris Bourgeois. You're starting to see he's losing a little bit of time there to Christopher Pendell, who's starting to get about a second gap over Bourgeois.
Yeah, it looks like Bourgeois might have just used the equipment up a little bit early here, just trying to get some speed. And it looks like Pendell's found the speed. He's still doing a good job in that Ford Mustang, as the 94 machine is still leading. He took the lead at the end of lap 13, coming to 14. He hasn't looked back. He's led about 9 laps here so far. Robert Richards, though, starting to apply some pressure to that 3 of Jason Collins here, as Jason... I hear Ronnie Shirk coming down pit road this time.
Big jump out there.
We see them all getting fanned out. Looks like Jeremiah might have got close up to the wall or something, tightened up out of corner. Oh,
Whoa.
and Twitty are leaning.
Yeah, Twitty
with them triple monitors. He knows where he could be at now.
Twitty last night had an incident here in the truck series with that code. So we saw that that iRacing had pretty much addressed saying that they were looking at netcode instability. So they said they apparently fixed it. So hopefully they did get some of that netcode fixed, because we see a couple of these drivers leaning right now. That's going to be interesting to see, as we see right now pretty much a solid gap between your front 3. Ronnie Shirk did come down pit lane, so he will go a lap down, but that will open up the door for him early. The stage break will be at lap 48. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers, you know, with 24 more laps to go, how they'll go ahead and cut that halfway point. As you saw Ronnie Shirk come down, cut that halfway point already, but he's still down pit lane 28 seconds.
Wonder if he had a speeding penalty.
Wonder if he did. As I'm getting word that Miss Shelby's over there watching on the YouTube. Hello, Miss Shelby. Good to have you on that YouTube page. Good to have everybody out there who is watching with us here tonight over on that Facebook, on that YouTube platform. We do apologize about having that little bit of a hiccup here early on, but it looks like everything is kind of situated itself out, and we've got a good solid stream going on here right now. But we want to welcome you to the Barber Ford 180, as everybody looks like they're pretty much just getting kind of single filed out. There you go, the 83 going ahead and pulling that trigger. He's going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. So Chris Bourgeois going to pull the trigger here at lap 26. Go ahead and see if he can get a little bit of track time made up, get an early pit cycle. As we saw Ronnie Shirk down pit lane for 55 seconds. So yeah, he must have had a 40-second speeding hold or something, because that 51 of Ronnie Shirk was down pit lane a long time.
Sounds like we got a lot of drivers coming down. Christopher Pendell, the 20, a bunch of drivers.
Looks like Nate Mowrer going to try to stay out, at least try to get some of those points for leading a lap. So Nate Mowrer in that 971 going to lead the lap here at lap 27. But Brad Gebhardt going to go ahead and stay out. Robert Richards also electing to stay out on the track. You see behind him Jason Collins also wanting to stretch it out a little bit. So I'm curious to see if Nate Mowrer decides to come down pit lane here in a couple of seconds. Yeah, I was going to say, if Nate Mowrer decides to come down pit lane, wonder if Jason's going to follow suit with him.
3, 99, 12, 29. Huh.
You see right now, Brad Gebhardt, Robert Richards, Nate Mowrer, all coming down pit lane. Whoa, saw a little bit of a lockup there from the 44, Brad Gebhardt. Maybe got it in there a little fast. We'll have to see if he does get a penalty for speeding. But like you said, Josh, everybody coming down pit lane right now. Christopher Pendell on his way out. Chris Bourgeois, who came down pit lane a couple of laps ago, on his way back out right now. Brandon Zimmerman on his way back out. Ronnie Shirk currently setting the fastest lap of under race trim. So we'll see who gets out of pit lane here first. Looks like the 971 of Nate Mowrer pulling his way out first. The 44 Brad Gebhardt right behind him. Looks like Robert Richards also winning the race in that third place. Christopher Pendell going to go ahead and assume that second place. We'll see if he can catch Nate Mowrer, which it does look like he will pass him for that first position. So Nate Mowrer going to go ahead and assume the lead here at lap 28. Man, this is already getting very interesting. I know Ronnie Shirk, if he can stay on, if he can just, stay where he's at and, get a couple of good laps under him, he could get back, on this lead lap whenever we hit that stage break. Because he is currently only a lap down right now, so he could get that lucky dog as long as nobody else gets lapped.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I don't think really anybody else should get lapped. Brandon Zimmerman, does it say he pitted for you? I swear I heard him call that he was coming down pit road.
Yeah, I want to say my timing says that Brandon Zimmerman did not come down pit lane, but I did catch him when he was on his way out, unless he hit pit lane and missed his pit stall.
Oh no, he's setting very equal lap times to everybody else, it looks like.
So right now, Christopher Pendell going to be out in the lead, but look at that, 971 and that 83 of Nate Mowrer currently battling for that second position. The 971 on that inside lane, man, you see Bourgeois all the way up there at that top lane. He's able to stay in the gas just a little longer than that 971. Now, the 971 will have a little fresher tires than Bourgeois. He did come down 2 laps before Nate Mowrer did, but those tires will equal itself out before too long. But Nate Mowrer going to have to try to make up as much time as he can. We got a big gaggle of race cars back here right now. It looks like Bret Nielsen, Brandon Zimmerman, Jeremiah Hobbs, Josh Clemons, and Travis Twitty, all in this mess of gaggle of race cars up here. Jason Collins currently trying to make up a little bit of time. Right now, it looks like Bourgeois starting to slowly reel in Christopher Pendell. Josh, look at that. That 83 machine is really eating that equipment up. Came down the pits a lap before that 94 and already all over that back bumper. So we're seeing that maybe Bourgeois wanting to take home that Blanchard's Towing stage win.
Well, Pendell only took possibly either just field only or right sides.
Yeah, I do see his pit time was 8.42. Along with Nate Mowrer, Brad Gebhardt, Robert Richards, Jason Collins, Tyler Johnson, all those drivers, looks like they were just maybe a gas and go. Looks like Chris Bourgeois might have taken right side tires only with an 11-second pit stop, but he did take a little bit of a better pit stop than the rest of the drivers, so he will have those fresher tires. But right now, Nate Mowrer starting to slowly creep up into the picture. Brad Gebhardt got a little bit of separation between him and them, and then you see Robert Richards currently sitting in that pit spot, and right behind him is Jason Collins, and then back behind them you see Ronnie Shirk trying to battle back, get that lap back. Looks like he is doing it the old-fashioned way, that 51. So he's going to get around that 5 of Tyler Johnson. We've only got 14 more laps to that stage break, so wondering how long these tires are going to take for them to equal out, or if we're going to have just a green flag stint to that stage break.
Wouldn't see why we should have a caution or anything. I mean, these guys are pretty spread out, doing a good job. Unless we just see a loose race car or just somebody get up in the wall or mishandle or misjudge a corner. I think these guys are going to run pretty scotch-free. They've done a pretty good job here so far in the first 35 here as we hit 2-lap 35. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to race it out to the stage. They've done a good job here tonight. And, we pointed out the smaller car count, so it might be a little bit more scarce, the cautions. As you see Ronnie Shirk now pulling up on Jason Collins. He's really trying to get those laps back.
Yeah, Jason is, Robert. Ooh, I am getting all kinds of confused looking at all the numbers. Ronnie Shirk right now trying to get that lap back, like we were saying. He is currently the only driver right now that is sitting off of that lead lap. So as long as nobody gets lapped or anything, that could be a good sign there for that Ronnie Shirk machine.
Yeah, I think he honestly still is in this race. I mean, he's only a lap down, so.
Yeah, he's
only 2 laps down. No, is he? Oh, he's a lap down.
Yeah, we will pull up the tower here. We'll pull up the tower here. Yeah, he is currently 1 lap down. So that 51 machine of Ronnie Shirk, who was your Truck Series champion last season, but just has not had the best of luck in that Kinder Performance 51. Rims 1. he has definitely not had the best drive this season. But hey, like we said, was always gets caught up in the mess. So it's one of those things that it's fortunate to see Ronnie Shirk, even with all of those hiccups, still get out here and run strong in those Xfinity cars. You see right now. You see right now, Chris Bourgeois, man, he has got a really big gap over that 94 Christopher Pendell.
Yeah, and it's a Chris and Chris show up here tonight, man. The Bourgeois, Pendell, they're putting on a good show. Nate Mowrer's got himself still in third place. He's just doing a good job to hang on to a podium here right now. We're still got a good bit of racing to go here. And, we still got to come up to the stage, get everybody reset, everybody equaled out on equipment. And that's when the real racing we're starting around laps 60 to 70. Once we're getting close to that 40, 50 to go, you'll start seeing drivers crank up the intensity a little bit more. Then once we get to around 30, 20, 15 to go, that's when it's all out the window. Everybody's going to be racing. It's going to be good to see, but right now you're just seeing everybody kind of settle it out. It looks like the 9 of Bryce Hunter, I was about to say, was moving to the inside of Robert Richards here.
Yeah, you see Ronnie Shirk now getting around the 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. So if Ronnie Shirk was not a lap down, he would currently be sitting in that 5th spot. But he's currently trying to battle back and just make up as much position as he can. So good to see, like we said, Ronnie Shirk just still out there digging, still out there trying to make up as much time as he can. Now Chris Bourgeois has a 3 and 2/10 gap. Now 3 and 3/10 gap over that 94 Christopher Pendell. So Bourgeois must have really been putting some practice in here this week in the Xfinity cars at Las Vegas, because he is definitely showing he has got the speed as we're talking about it. I was going to say, it looks like Bryce Hunter still working on that 12 of Robert Richards. He's going to work onto the inside. We'll see if he makes the pass. It looks like Robert having to get out of the gas just a little bit on that outside lane. Looks like that 9 going to go ahead and make that pass. They're going to slide up in front of him. So here at lap 41, we've only got 7 more laps to the stage break. It will be at the end of lap 48. These drivers only have 5 sets of tires as well. So set of tires they started the race with, and then the 4 sets in the pits. And if Bourgeois did take a set of tires, then he's got 4 sets of left side tires, but only 3 sets of right sides. So that's going to really be interesting to see if he did take right sides only.
Only would have had to, unless he just badly missed his stall.
Yeah, because right now Jeremiah Hobbs and Bryce Hunter look like they were the only 2 drivers that did take 4 tires. Jeremiah Hobbs moving his way up into that 5th spot right now, showing you that those fresher tires really can get it done here tonight. And you see right behind him, Bryce Hunter now putting as I was saying that, Bryce Hunter looks like he was up into the wall there just a little bit, coming out of corner exit. So that could slow him up just a little bit, but it doesn't look like he's still got a little bit of separation between him and Robert Richards. And as we're talking about it, Brandon Zimmerman making a move on the inside of Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson looks like he had to step out of the gas going into turn 3. That's going to open up the door for Bret Nielsen, who's slowly moving his way up.
Yeah, Nielsen in that 8 machine has rolled himself up into 10th. Twitty sitting here in that 13th spot. You see that 8, though, rolling his way into a top 10. Tyler Johnson, Chris, one of those drivers I was expecting to see some speed from here tonight. Looks like he's just hanging out here in the back right now. Josh Clemons as well was showing some promising speed until he got involved into an accident last night in the Truck Series. Some of these guys, man, that we were expecting to be fast here, haven't been fast here. Not sure what it is, but that's these 1.5 miles. They can reach up and bring new drivers to win every day, and that's what I love about them, and especially a track like Las Vegas. We're getting to see Chris Bourgeois really flex his muscle now. 5 seconds on the field.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Now Bourgeois has over Christopher Pendell. So Christopher Pendell may be going on a little bit of conserve. We know a lot of these drivers did not take tires, so you can see just that little bit of a tire difference. We saw a lot of two tire and fires last night in the Truck Series, so it's going to be interesting to see how these boys decide to manage these tires here tonight. So it looks like Brandon Zimmerman now still making up a little bit of position. He's starting to put a lot of separation between him and Bret Nielsen. And you see Jason Collins. I said it was Nate Mowrer that it was in his ear. I meant to say Nicholas Noggle. It was in his ear. So I know Jason's got Nicholas in his ear. He's telling him what to do. Probably right now, I wouldn't be too surprised if that Jason Collins machine isn't going on a complete conserve line right now. He is not doing anything. We saw him, in practice, while I was watching him. He was setting some pretty fast lap times. So I know Jason has the laps, to set here, but he might just be going on a little bit of a cruise right now. We still got a lot of race in front of us.
I know when he did set his qualifying, he said he messed it up. So I think Jason thought he had a little bit more speed in qualifying and just didn't get everything he wanted. Pit road is close. 2 laps to go in the stage, Chris. This would be your race for the stage win, but I think Jason just had a little bit more speed in practice and really underestimated, got what he wasn't expecting on his qualifying run, and he's going to have to really recover here through the rest of the night. But coming up to the white flag for the stage, it's going to be Chris Bourgeois. As at the end of this next lap, we will crown our Blanchard's Towing stage winner.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher Pendell now got a 6-second gap over Chris Bourgeois. Excuse me, Chris Bourgeois got a 6-second gap over Christopher Pendell. I'm getting the Chris's all mixed up as I'm looking at him. Then you see Nate Mowrer about 2 seconds back from them, and then Brad Gebhardt about 3 seconds back. So this is where everybody's going to get racked back up, stacked back up. We're going to have a big, fun shootout here as the 83 coming around right now to take that stage win. Chris Bourgeois is going to be your Blanchard's Towing stage winner. Congratulations, man. And there is the caution.
As Chris Bourgeois will be your Blanchard's Towing stage winner, the 83 Simbox machine. He has looked very solid here all night. Sorry, I was just listening to race control. All right, pace car just came out, so it's going to take him a second to get caught up here. And while it's going to take him a second, we're going to go ahead and take it to a LNS custom side-by-side and get a word from our sponsors. We'll have a word with you here in just a moment with our stage break winner, hopefully. We'll see. And other than that, yeah, just enjoy the words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you here in just a second.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
All right, and we welcome you back here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Gonna go ahead and grab Chris Bourgeois, have a word with our driver, as see what he's got to say about that Blanchard's Towing stage win. Chris Bourgeois, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, boy, I got you.
Man, it is good to have you here tonight in the 83 machine, sir. And I got to say, you guys are looking mighty strong here. Take us through that first stage there, man. And what do you think your ups and downs are here? And do you think you got what it's left to, go out here and show these boys that 83 machine going to victory lane?
Well, I've had a pretty bad lucky week, so I came here tonight to drive and see if I can turn that luck around. So we're going to see what it does on the last quarter.
Heck yeah, man. We know it's been a week for you, buddy, but we know that 83 is rolling strong here tonight, man. You guys have looked super strong these past couple weeks, and tonight is no exception to that. We're excited to see you get back out here. We see the pace lights did just go off, Chris. We'll let you get back up here to your channel, buddy. Get ready to go here in just a moment. And again, congratulations on the Blanchard's Towing stage win, man, and we'll see what that 83 machine's got left for us in the rest of this race.
Copy that, bud. We hope we'll see y'all again shortly.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, and that was Chris Bourgeois. You hear it from him, man. He just wants to get out here and drive. He said it's just been a week. We want to drive, baby. That's what we like to hear. So it's good to see that the 83 is out here and able to just to get out here and race. As you see our field getting stacked back up here.
Yeah, as I want to say, I don't know if the Facebook channel, if the Facebook stream is up. If it is not, we are live on YouTube, so I do apologize about that, having a little bit of technical difficulty. It does say that it is live on Facebook, so if you are live on that Facebook platform, we do appreciate you for sticking out on that platform. But if you do not, and you are on that YouTube platform, we do appreciate you being over here.
Pace car is in this time. 83 and the 971 getting it fired off very even. The two Simbox teammates going to go rolling into turn one here.
Ooh, Chris Bourgeois taking that inside lane. You see Brad Gebhardt riding that middle lane. See if Bourgeois can hang on to that outside lane now that everybody is on the same strategy, same tires and everything. See if Bourgeois can hang on to that lead, that 971. We see a lot of drivers getting a little, whoa, Bryce Hunter getting a little loose back there, the 10. Jeremiah Hobbs having to check out of the gas just a little bit. They are 3 wide going down the front stretch. Man, Pendell really pushing the issue right now. Looks like the 971.
Speaking about pushing the issue, I was going to say, Chris, the 971 to the lead here, as it looks like Brad Gebhardt going to pull his way around to the outside as well, as that 44, the 20, and the 971 all lined up in a three-car train. Not anymore. The 971 going to dive it down into the bottom lane, as the 83 going to try to get himself clear of the 44 Brad Gebhardt. Looks like he will. So it's still going to be first, second, and third. Well, I say that. Zimmerman now to the inside lane. He's going to go to the apron, and that 20, the Ford Mustang, is going to roll his way up into third. So Brandon Zimmerman, kind of out of nowhere, has just shown up to this race here after stage one and said, all right, it's time to go. As you're seeing that 20 Ford Mustang really come to life here in this second stage. Big shuffling back there as we see some of our drivers getting out of sorts there. Ronnie Shirk, Bret Nielsen making a pass here as he's going to promote himself up into 6 past that 8 machine. The 51 of Ronnie Shirk has had some unluckiness these past couple weeks. Defending Truck Series champion, moved his way up into Xfinity during the offseason. Was our season opener, had some good success early, but this past couple weeks just has not had a good second half of the season for Ronnie Shirk. He's looking to recover here. A win would do him very good tonight. Speaking of somebody who's not doing so well here tonight, Jason Collins, Chris, sitting in 9th.
Yeah, Jason looks like starting to have a little bit of issue in that race car. Like we were saying, wondering if he was doing a little bit of a conserve line early on, but it does look like he is slowly starting to lose the pace here. He's back 3 positions from his starting position. So we'll see if maybe he, like we said, maybe, I'm not going to count Jason out. I know he is one hell of a wheel man behind that wheel, and he definitely has one of the best spotters in his ear. So, he can definitely, he definitely has the pace and the momentum to get it done. Just wondering if he's got a little bit of a, just trying to conserve a little bit, not really wanting to push the issue too soon here early on. He sees a lot of these drivers get up there and really start pushing really hard. Like we saw Chris Bourgeois get out to a 6-second gap, also had a little bit better tires than everybody, but was able to get up to a really big gap. So maybe we see Jason just going on a little bit of conserve, not really wanting to push that issue too much, but Brad Gebhardt still hanging on to that 4th position. Brandon Zimmerman looks like he was trying to make a pass on that outside, but the 44 made a move up to the top lane, blocked all that momentum off. So now the 20 having to fight it out with that 94, Christopher Pendell.
And it looks like Christopher Pendell starting to find some momentum on the exit of 3 and 4 there. He was getting a really big run. He's got a good run here through 1 and 2. You hear him keeping the momentum up, back down to full throttle. He's going to go to the inside here of the 20 Brandon Zimmerman. It sounds like the 20 going to clear Pendell for him. Let him get the run here. Did you see the 94 to the inside lane? He is going to clear Zimmerman. So he's going to move himself up into 4th here at lap 60, coming to lap 61. As that 94 has led some laps here tonight. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to refine that speed and try to get himself back up here to the front. Brad Gebhardt now starting to catch up to Bourgeois, as Bourgeois and Mowrer are still holding that same gap to each other, but Gebhardt seems like he's finding a little bit of speed here, Chris. He's coming to the inside lane, and he's going to try to make himself up into that 2nd spot. And he's going to make up a position here, possibly as the 44. Big run to the middle of the corner. As you see Bourgeois hanging on the outside, though, as he'll still be scored for 2nd place, Bourgeois for lap 61. But if you look behind in that back of Nate Mowrer's machine, you see Brad Gebhardt just got a big run. He's finding some speed here. That's looking scary for that Toyota. He could get out here, possibly lead this race if he keeps that momentum going. But saying that, though, Christopher Pendell, that 94 machine, having a battle with somebody that he was battling with for the lead earlier, now battling for that final podium position, the Bourgeois Pendell machine. And so it looks like the 94 are going to get a run through the corner exit. Like we've said, he looks very fast on corner exit for 3 and 4. And it looks like the 83 just might be falling off here, losing a little bit of speed here in this mid-run.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Pendell finding a little bit more pace than that 83 of Bourgeois. We see Bourgeois move up to the front, or to the top lane. He's going to go ahead and let Pendell get by him. We're seeing Pendell make up a lot of space here, so a lot of your drivers who are currently battling for the points, Nate Mowrer, Brad Gebhardt, Christopher Pendell, all of these drivers just trying to hang on to what position they can. Bourgeois, he's just pretty much out here trying to get his next race paid for. That's all Bourgeois is trying to do, trying to get his next race paid for, and also trying to mark that win off in that calendar. Whoa, a little bit of looseness there from the 83. So I'm getting a little wishy-washy back there. Gonna see the 20 of Brandon Zimmerman start getting a really good run up to the back bumper of it. Oh, and look at that, Josh, up in the front. Brad Gebhardt looks like he's going to be making a move on the inside, but Nate Mowrer holding that middle to top lane, going to cut that momentum off. That 44 having to get out of the gas just a little bit, so that's going to open up the door for Pendell. You see, starting to get a big run on that inside, or excuse me, on that back bumper of that 44. Brad Gebhardt going to take that outside lane. Nope, going to go ahead, just kind of single file back down in behind him, like you said, just doing that diming. That dominating, just trying to take it all the way up against the wall and then all the way back down to the bottom. We're going to go back here and see back behind all of them, Jason Collins currently leading this little bit of a pack with that 5 of Tyler Johnson. We know Tyler Johnson and that 3.
Pendell just passed Gebhardt.
Whenever they get around each other, they'll start battling each other. Tyler Johnson loves racing around Jason Collins, but as you were talking, Josh, Pendell making a move on the inside. Let's see, he might be a little too much momentum going into the corner. He's going to have to get out of the gas. We'll see if he's
That's
able to...
That's going to allow Gebhardt back by, right? No, maybe not. He was able to stay in the momentum. He's going to ride right up against that 971 and 8 Mowrer. What he was trying to do when you get in too wide right there is you try to drive that driver up just a little bit on your outside, just a little bit higher than they want to on their entry point, kind of spool their corner so you can try to get a good run out on the out. But it looks like it's kind of come back to bite that 94 in the rear right there off of 3 and 4. That 44 got a big run off of turn 4. He's going to try to roll his way back up. So these 3 drivers have all looked very fast here in this second stage. Now we've got a little bit of a shootout as you're starting to see Zimmerman pull up in the back of Chris Bourgeois back there. Ronnie Shirk, though, back on the lead lap. Chris has got himself back into 6th position. Good to see the Shirk back on the lurk as he's trying to make up some speed here and get himself up here in the top 5 pack. You see Tyler Johnson, Jason Collins, they are door-to-door right now. A big battle here coming to lap 68.
Look up here in the front, the 94 Pendell getting loose. Woo! Was washing up there into the 971. He had to get out of the gas. This is going to open up the door for Brad Gebhardt. He's going to be able to take that outside momentum. Man, that could have been a lot of trouble if Netcode would have taken over there. That 94 was all over the door. As you see him creeping up the track there just a little bit. Brad Gebhardt having to make a little bit of an adjustment. Man, they are racing right now up in front of Bourgeois. And you see, whoa, look at that big tightness there from the 94. Went all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top, all the way back down to the bottom, and then you saw he's just going to file back in behind that 44 Brad Gebhardt, another driver that we really have not had a lot of opportunity to talk about. That 44 Brad Gebhardt really showing that he loves these mile and a half tracks.
Yeah, that Toyota Supra has come out to drive tonight. Brad Gebhardt, he's been a driver that's had a good bit of speed all season. Just hasn't had, his nights come together, as much as some of these other drivers. And tonight could be one of those nights, man. We always talk about Las Vegas as one of those tracks that you just never know who's going to win. But we say that Pendell starting to like he's recovering a little bit of speed after his, missed opportunities there to take the lead. But Mowrer is starting to stretch it out now from that. But he loves seeing these guys battle behind him. That's all that's going to do is just allow him to get a little bit more foot in the door of the lead of this race. And so far, the 971 at lap 71 is still going to be your leader. We've got 40 laps to go here in the good. 50 laps to go, right? Or actually, my math. 17 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. 50 laps to go. As we're going to see Nate Mowrer here possibly take a win tonight, Chris. But we know we got pit strategies, and we've still got drivers out there racing for position. So the cautions could happen here tonight.
Yeah, as we're looking at 971 and Nate Mowrer, he's got about a half a second gap over that 44 Brad Gebhardt. Going to see if I can get the Facebook stream going here again. Not really sure what is going on with the Facebook stream tonight. So again, we do apologize about that Facebook stream, but we appreciate everybody coming over to the YouTube platform and watching us over here tonight. But we do appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us here on this Tuesday night. Looks like Bourgeois having a little bit of issue in that car. He's already fallen back to that 5th position. You see Ronnie Shirk now starting to come under attack from that 5 of Tyler Johnson. Looks like Jason Collins having a really big issue here. He has lost a couple of positions now, falling back behind that 12 of Robert Richards. So wonder if Jason's just not having the best of nights tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's not having the greatest of nights right now, but could just be holding on to it. Maybe Jason knows something we don't. Ronnie Shirk, he's losing a little bit of time again. He's falling his way back into 7th after starting to catch up. Oh, it looks like Bourgeois coming down pit road.
Yeah, Bourgeois is coming down pit road. So going to go ahead and pull that trigger early. Is that 83 of Bourgeois your stage winner? So we'll see if he decides to come up with a little bit of a strategy here early on. Maybe knows that he can make it a little longer than everybody else. We see the 83 coming down, but Brad Gebhardt now under attack from that 94 of Christopher Pendell. So we're going to have to see if Pendell can put the pressure on that 44 Brad Gebhardt and get around him, because we know that these drivers, once they get into that clean air, especially Pendell, we know that Pendell is a fast driver. So a lot of drivers coming down pit lane now. Brandon Zimmerman, Tyler Johnson, Robert Richards, Jason Collins, all down pit lane.
Yeah, and Tyler Johnson was smoking him into pit road. He might get caught speeding here.
We'll have to keep a watch on that pit top. But right now, looks like Brad Gebhardt still under attack from that 94 Christopher Pendell. We're gonna have to see. Whoa, the 94 leaning all over that 44, man.
Looks like they're starting to grab a little bit of time here to Mowrer. Jeremiah Hobbs going to come down pit road. Does the 921 pit here? No. I was going to say, he's going way too fast to enter pit road. But, I mean, this is Las Vegas, man. Shoot, I don't know who to put my marbles on. Really, you can put them on anybody. This is a race that you don't know who is going to win now. Christopher Pendell's looking very strong right now. Travis Switty going to come down pit road. And I'm hearing Nate Mowrer. Oh, Brad Gebhardt blinked. Brad Gebhardt's computer just froze. That's why he just hooked left down the backstretch, if anybody saw that.
No, I did not see that, but the Facebook is back up. Who was it that blinked, Josh?
It was Gebhardt.
Brad Gebhardt blinking there a little bit, but it does look like he was able to keep it under control. So Pendell going to go ahead and assume the lead. I just want to give a shout out to everybody out there on that YouTube platform. Just to let you know, the Facebook stream is back up. Not really sure what was going on with the Facebook stream, but we do have it back up here at lap 78. Better late than never. So we do appreciate everybody sticking with us over here on the YouTube chat. But we are still having a really good race here. It looks like Ronnie Shirk coming down pit lane right now. Actually, on his way in right now. So Bourgeois is going to pretty much have a good setup here. We see Bourgeois is currently sitting in front of everybody right now. So the only drivers that have not come down pit lane is that 94 Christopher Pendell, the 99 of Josh Clemons, and that 29 of Travis Twitty. But look behind him. They've got a gaggle of race cars starting to really come up behind him. The 29 going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. Josh Clemons also pulling it down pit lane. So Christopher Pendell, the only driver that has not come down pit lane so far.
Let's see, can they make it from here?
Wondering if it looks like Christopher Pendell down pit lane.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to make it from here. I think they might have to pit one more time.
Look at that, Josh. Tyler Johnson on a really big tear. He's got a little bit fresher tires than that 83 of Chris Bourgeois. So right now, Tyler Johnson going to assume the lead from that 83 of Bourgeois. And look at that, the 20. Brandon Zimmerman also on a really big tear up on that inside lane. This could be bad for Bourgeois. He might be wearing that equipment out just a little too soon.
Man, these boys are just absolutely swapping lead up tonight, aren't they?
Look at that.
Each
the 9
run has been a different. Yeah, the 971 just getting a big run past the 83 of Bourgeois. Not sure what happened to that 83 right there in this run.
You see the 94, Christopher Pendell on his way out right now. But right as we're speaking, Tyler Johnson up 9 positions, currently in the lead. Driver that we also were talking about a lot last season here in the Cup Series. And now he's in the Xfinity Series. We haven't really got a lot to talk about him. He did get a couple of podium races, but it's good to see that Tyler Johnson machine still out here digging, still out here getting it done, showing you that he knows how to get it done at these tracks.
Yeah, but here comes Nate Mowrer. He's got about 3 lap fresher tires than these guys, so he's going to take it to the inside of the 20 of Brandon Zimmerman here. Looks like he will get the clear down the back straightaway.
And I want to take that back. Tyler Johnson has 2 wins on the season in the Xfinity Series. I do apologize about that. But yeah, like you were saying, the 971 and Nate Mowrer has a couple of fresher tires than these boys up in front of him. So he is going to be on a really big tear to get out in front of them. Now, once those tires do equal themselves out, they'll be able to pretty much, equal themselves out. And, you'll have a pretty solid, run between the two. But the 971 does have the momentum right now. The 971 on the inside lane. Let's see if he can make it stick. He might have to get out of the gas just a little more than that 5. But it does look like the 5 of Tyler Johnson did have a little bit more momentum coming out of that corner. But this could be a big setup here for that 971. Brandon Zimmerman definitely liking what he sees in front of him. He wants this side-by-side race, and he wants those boys to get up there and mess those tires up as much as they can. Brandon Zimmerman right now currently sitting in that 9th spot, tied with Bret Nielsen. He's sitting on that bubble, so that 20 of Brandon Zimmerman having to do anything and everything he can to get it done.
Exactly.
Look at that, Josh.
And Jason Collins up to 4th. But Chris, as we've got a moment here, we've got the field spread out. We've got about 25 laps to the good, or 35 laps to the good. We're going to go ahead and take a moment to step away here in the booth and throw it to a loud pedal brought to you by our friends over at L&S Customs. So enjoy these beautiful sights and sounds on their behalf, and we'll be right back with you here in just a moment in the booth. So get those volumes cranked up and enjoy these sights and sounds, as we might see a pass for the lead here during this segment from L&S Customs. So turn those volumes up and enjoy this loud pedal.
And we welcome you back from that L&S Customs loud pedal. It looks like Josh Clemons, Travis Twitty, and Bourgeois all coming down pit lane. I want to say Bourgeois did fall all the way back to that 10th spot after leading the race pretty much the entire time. So Bourgeois having a little bit of issues in that car. But Nate Mowrer, you saw him get out into the lead and just pretty much run away with it. Right now, he is currently sitting out in the lead about 2 seconds out from Tyler Johnson. as we saw Christopher Pendell really start coming out of the middle of nowhere, was able to get up there and get around Jason and Robert Richards during that loud pedal. But also Jeremiah Hobbs, Bryce Hunter coming down pit lane. So wondering when these pit cycles are going to start happening. Like Josh said, this wasn't the last time they were going to come down pit lane, and this is definitely coming to show. They are not done with the pit cycles. Brad Gebhardt, blinking a little bit. Yeah, Brad Gebhardt blinking just a little bit. Wonder, did Brad Gebhardt disconnect? Oh, no. 44 Brad Gebhardt disconnected. That is unfortunate. So the 44 Brad Gebhardt having a little bit of car issue here. It looks like Ronnie Shirk coming down pit lane. So the 51, Ronnie Shirk gonna get it. Whoa, get her slowed down there. You saw him having to get on the brakes. That front end did get a little out from under him. So see when Nate Mowrer decides to come down pit lane. We see Tyler Johnson right behind him. And the 94 Christopher Pendell right behind him. Pendell did come down at lap 80. So that would go to show you that he did come down a couple of laps before the 971 and Nate Mowrer. So we should have one set of tires left on these cars, and with this green flag stint that these boys have been running, I wouldn't be surprised if they do go through all 4 sets here. Whoa, it looks like there was a little bit of smoke in one of the corners. Brandon Zimmerman currently on his way into his pit lane right now. That 20 of Brandon Zimmerman currently sitting in there, getting his service. But the 971 still got about a second and 9/10 gap out between him and Pendell. So you see Pendell getting around that 5 of Tyler Johnson, wondering how long he's going to wait before he decides to get on that loud pedal and start chasing down Nate Mowrer before they decide to go into pit lane.
Sounds like Pendell going to come down pit road this time.
Wonder if Tyler Johnson also going to follow suit since he's right behind him. Looks like Nate Mowrer also in. Whoa, big check up there. I wonder if Tyler Johnson in that 94 got slowed down in time. We saw both of them getting on the brakes really hard, but Robert Richards going to go ahead and assume the lead here. At least get one of those laps underneath his belt.
Nope, coming in.
So Robert Richards does not have a banner on the front of that car, but he is currently a playoff driver. Robert Richards currently sitting in that 6th position. You see Bret Nielsen right behind him, Jason Collins, also your points leader. We know Jason has a little bit more of a cushion to lean on than the rest of these drivers, but he's not wanting to lean on that cushion so soon in the playoffs.
20 laps to go, Chris.
20 laps to go. Nate Mowrer, Tyler Johnson, Christopher Pendell on their way out of pit lane. Looks like Robert Richards did come down pit lane, currently in his stall getting service. See that 8 of Bret Nielsen going to lead a lap here. Try to get some of those points. This is what these playoff drivers are wanting. They're wanting just at least that one couple of extra points. 1 or 2 points helps in the long run. Oh, he's going to have to get it slowed down. He was not slowed down. Bret Nielsen was speeding. He hit the line at 78 miles an hour. Speed limit is 55. So you saw right there, Bret Nielsen
speed limit's 50.
Oh, speed limit's 50.
He'll be very lucky if the Bluegrass officials don't catch him on that one.
Yeah, the officials, they do like to watch that speed gun with Zealous. So they
can get very lucky if you're locking them up and it's an instant slowdown. Sometimes you'll get lucky, but it's very, very hard to cheat that system. Nate Mowrer, fastest man on the track, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like right now, Bret Nielsen's still sitting in pit lane, so he did get hit with that. Unfortunate there for that 8 of Bret Nielsen, man. Having such a strong race here tonight. And you see, all it takes is one little mess up, and that can ruin your race.
Here with about 18 laps to the good. It's a 971 and 8 now. We're going to bring it through turn 3 and 4. You see Christopher Pendell sitting in third. He's starting to catch Tyler Johnson. Our top 3 are on tires. Looks like Ronnie Shirk did not take tires, just took fuel only. You're going to see Brandon Zimmerman start to catch him here soon, I would assume, very quickly.
Yeah, I want to say
Travis as well.
Travis Twitty was also one
No
of the
tires,
drivers that did not take tires. So Twitty and Shirk are currently your two drivers on the track that did not take tires. Brandon Zimmerman was down pit lane a little longer than everybody else, but he still has a good run here right now, currently sitting in that 5th spot. He should be able to catch Ronnie Shirk with gusto here in just a few seconds. It looks like he is already catching him down this corner. And yeah, you see him already catching him down that backstretch. He is in that draft. Should get him into the front corner. We're going to go back on board here with Tyler Johnson. You see right behind him is that 94, Christopher Pendell. So Pendell is trying to close up that gap to that 5 of Tyler Johnson. But man, Tyler Johnson, he is really showing that he has got the speed here tonight. But Nate Mowrer has literally just checked out in the front. He has got up here into the front and said, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just leave. As we see right now, the 3 of Jason Collins getting around the 29 of Travis Twitty. You see right behind Twitty is that 83 of Chris LeBourgeois, your stage 1 winner. Does look like LeBourgeois did have a little bit of trouble in that 83 camp, so he did fall back to the 9th spot. But good track position there from that 83. Good stage win from him. It's good to see Chris LeBourgeois still has the talent underneath him. Right now, as we were talking about it, Pendell now closing that gap up ever so slightly. Now about a half a second off of Tyler Johnson is Pendell. Was about 8/10 this last lap. So we're seeing Pendell really starting to close that gap up to Tyler Johnson. I don't know if he'll be able to catch Nate Mowrer in 14 laps, but he is definitely putting on the pressure to that 5 of Tyler Johnson. Johnson might be having to really start willing that car if he wants to get away from that 94.
I mean, this is the last segment of the race. This is where you don't think about conserving. You're just thinking about full go mode. So it'll be interesting to see if any of these 3 drivers make a mistake or have something happen to them. I can see it happening. This is where you start to push, and this is where mistakes happen. Here in the last few laps, when everybody's really trying to get every last bit out of the race car. There's the 5 of Tyler Johnson now. He's starting to catch Mowrer, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say Nate Mowrer did have about a 2-second gap between him and Tyler Johnson, and now Tyler Johnson has got it within a second and 2/10. So you're just going to show you 8/10 is the time that Tyler Johnson has made up. And like we were saying, look behind that 5 of Tyler Johnson. Pendell is making up time to Tyler Johnson. So, you know, Tyler Johnson is in tow, should be getting in tow of that 971 here before too long. He should catch that draft. And then once he starts pulling up to the back of him, that's just going to pull Christopher Pendell right up to the back bumper of that 971 and Nate Mowrer. So here with 12 laps to go, we could be having a really good battle here for that first position.
Yeah, it looks like Mowrer might have readjusted his line or found something else or had somebody tell him, hey, you need to move here, move there. These guys behind you are gaining some speed because he picked it up that last time by. Now pick the gap back up another 2/10. It looks like Mowrer's starting to find something, and it looks like he's still about a 10th faster on lap time. So Tyler and them must have started to wash that equipment out or something. We could see some readjustments here. Is he wearing a Buzz Lightyear suit?
You know what, Josh? I was sitting there looking at that during the loud pedal, and I was like, what is that suit? And I just accidentally clicked on the camera just then, and as soon as I saw it, I saw the little button on his arm, and I was like, that's a Buzz Lightyear
that
suit.
That is Buzz Lightyear. Jesus, man. I love Mowrer.
I saw the little red circle, and then I saw year, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's what that is. So Nate Mowrer.
I saw it for like, what, not even a full like second and a half, and I already knew what it was.
Yeah, but look at this, Josh. Now, under 3/10 is Pendell to Johnson. So we could see a pass for that second place with 9 laps to go this next time by. Well, it looks like Pendell might have had a bad corner exit. He did fall back another 10th on Tyler Johnson. We're going to kind of cycle back here. You see Robert Richards in that 4th spot, Brandon Zimmerman in 5th, Jason Collins still holding on to that 6th position. But we see Ronnie Shirk, who was in that 4th spot, now falling back to that 8th spot, probably hoping that we had a caution or something like that, or maybe that 51 has used up all those tires, and that was all she wrote. And right now he's just trying to hold on to the end. But Josh, going back up here with Nate Mowrer, Tyler Johnson has now got that gap closed back up to under almost a second.
Almost a second.
Tyler Johnson starting to slowly creep up into the picture, and Christopher Pendell starting to slowly fall off as well. So maybe Tyler Johnson just running a little bit better line than that 94 and that 971, but it looks like Nate Mowrer's starting to get that gap just a little bit more out there again.
I mean, it is heads and tails right now, man. We're talking about literal tenths right now. Me and Chris are talking about the gap picking up, going back. It looks like somebody finds speed. They don't. 7 laps to the good. And Nate Mowrer's just got to make it around. He's got Jeremiah Hobbs that in front of him, Bryce Hunter as well. So he's got 2 lap cars coming up. He's got to get by. We'll see if they make it easy on him. This could spell some disaster for that 971, though. We'll see how it, this lap traffic goes for him.
Well, I do want to point something out, Josh. That 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs is not a contender as far as the points go. But that 9 of Bryce Hunter is. So right now, Bryce Hunter, he's wanting to stay on that lead lap. I'm wondering if that 9 of Bryce Hunter is going to put some blocks on Nate Mowrer. Wouldn't really expect it, but it's one of those things where anything can happen. As you see right now, Nate Mowrer starting to close that gap up, but now Tyler Johnson within under a second of Nate Mowrer. So let's see what Bryce Hunter decides to do.
He told him he was going. He told him to stay high. He's going to.
All right, so Bryce Hunter going to go ahead and let that 971 by, but that's going to allow Tyler Johnson to slowly creep back up into that picture. Now he's 8 tenths off. So Tyler Johnson looking like he could have something to say. Christopher Pendell now
he got a push from Jeremiah down the backstretch that time. But I don't know, Chris. I just don't know. This lap traffic might be making it a little bit difficult for that 5 machine.
Well, as you see in front of him, that 971 has nobody in front of him. And the 5 does. He has that little bit of help. You see the 5 of Tyler Johnson tightening up a little bit.
That's going to kill it right there.
Yeah, he had to get out of the gas. You saw the flames shooting out of that side pipe. He had to get out of that gas. He was getting a little too close to that 9, a little closer than he wanted to. So it looks like Tyler Johnson did kill that little bit of momentum. You see him tightening up. Woo! 4 laps to go, though. Nate Mowrer starting to slowly separate that gap now. Nate Mowrer looking for his 3rd win of the season. So wondering if he has what it's left in the tank to get it done. As you see right now, Tyler Johnson loose!
Oh, man.
He was able to keep it straight, though. That's going to open up the door for Pendell. Pendell going to assume that 2nd place. Man, that was not what Tyler Johnson needed right there.
Did him and Bryce Hunter make contact, or? No, he wasn't even around Bryce Hunter. He hit the wall. Dang, man. Whoa, non-loose. White flag this next time by Chris for Nate Mowrer. You'll see it coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, so now Nate Mowrer about a 2-second gap over Christopher Pendell. That should be all she wrote for that 971. The white flag is out. The next lap will finish it, or next flag will finish it. The 971 and Nate Mowrer, after 120 laps here, is going to try to get it done here and take home his 3rd win. See if Christopher Pendell has anything left in that tank for him.
Man, you hate it for Tyler Johnson, but man, you love it for Nate Mowrer. Whoa, the 5 just sent it in. He's video. Nate Mowrer off at turn 4. He's going to see the checkered flag. That is going to be your winner here at Las Vegas for the Xfinity Series. Congratulations, Nate Mowrer. What a stinking win. Jason just did a very evil laugh. I want to know what he is up to. And what a burnout from the 971 and 8 Mowrer. Congratulations to that Simbox machine. As I love it when Brian Terry's up in the race control tower, because every time that he announces the race winner, he always calls out their number, the sponsor. So cool listening to Brian Terry. As that 971 Simbox machine going to grab victory lane here tonight for his third victory of the season. As you're going to see a very big burnout coming from him in that machine, as his teammate Doug Nill, who he spots for in the Truck Series, picked up a podium here last night, third place. He's going to cap it off with a win here tonight, and I know Nate, rolling to the playoffs, probably very excited for that. That big old congratulations to him, but I'm pretty sure we've got those post-race results ready to go up here in just a moment. We'll let you see where everyone finished here tonight. Big blown up from the 971 as well. And Nate Mowrer, you're going to see your results up on screen. Going to cap off the win here tonight, blowing up the motor, blowing up the competition, taking the win here tonight at Las Vegas. Christopher Pendell, the 94 machine, he is going to finish here in second place with Tyler Johnson in third. Robert Richards going to finish fourth with Brandon Zimmerman in fifth. Jason Collins sixth. Josh Clemons in seventh with Ronnie Shirk in eighth. Chris Bourgeois going to finish in ninth after Travis Twitty finishes 10th. Bryce Hunter going to finish 11th with Jeremiah Hobbs in 12th. Bret Nielsen 13th. And then rounding out your field here tonight is Brad Gebhardt in that 14th position. But we're just going to wait here for just a moment. I got to get my Discord resituated again as we wait on Nate Mowrer and Christopher Pendell to get into the booth or the staging area. And we will have a word with your three drivers and get a word with all of our podium sitters here in just a moment. We saw a very exciting race here tonight at Las Vegas. Looks like we're still waiting on Nate Mowrer into the staging area, and then we will be ready for our post-race interviews. And there he is. So we're going to go ahead and bring up that 971 of Mowrer. Get to our post-race interviews here for the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Bring up our race winner here tonight. 971, Nate Mowrer, your race winner. This is Chris and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. And I got to say, that 971 machine looked very fast here tonight, rolling in, a very strong starting position. You kind of just hung out through the most majority of the race, and then there towards that second part of the stage, you picked up a lot of speed in that 971 machine. Pretty much unstoppable there in the second half. You looked good here. We know your teammate picked up the third place in the Truck Series last night, and looks like you guys built some more success, coming in here tonight, picking up a win for yourself in the Xfinity Series, and know that's probably looking good for you rolling forward here to the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to announce this now, but I will not be racing in the championship for this season. I won't be here, and I'm not going to take anything with me on my vacation to race. I was thinking about it, but let somebody else that don't have let somebody else up there battle Jason. So I'll drop out, but I'm going to be battling for that fifth spot in points up until the end, So, but yeah, great race. I don't know why everybody was saving fuel there in the beginning. I was kind of laughing. Big thanks to Jason today for twitching his practice session again. Him and Zach Nichols are in there, and I learned what not to do by watching him. And I seen he was burning this stuff up, and that's kind of why that first stage I just kind of just settled in, and I knew I wasn't going to take tires there. Congrats to Chris Bourgeois. I'm pretty sure he probably took tires there to get really good stage points or go for the stage win. I don't know where he is on the playoff standings, but congrats to him. But yeah, Chris Pendell I still think was probably the best car today. I don't know what happened there. I knew that him and Tyler were going to be coming, and I was running the low line in 1 and 2, and then I seen Pendell and a couple other guys running kind of like the middle and kind of missed them bumps, and that's what I started doing, and that's when I noticed I was running pretty much the same lap times as them boys.
Yeah, you looked very solid here tonight, man. It stinks we're not going to have you with the championship 4, but Nate, you've had a very good run all the way up through this season, man. And, here tonight picking up the third win. I mean, I know it must feel good, especially at a track like Las Vegas. We always say it's one of those tracks that you really feel like coming in, there's a lot of different, possibilities and different winners we could have here at a track like, Vegas. But, coming in tonight, you guys had some excellent racing and you put on one hell of a show, man. And, if you've got any final words, thoughts, or anything before we let you get out of here tonight, let you get them out and we'll let you get on your way, buddy.
Yeah, first off, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jason. Jason does a great job running this thing. And then also, Jason wouldn't be running the league if it wasn't for all the other guys that actually show up to the Xfinity, especially to the Xfinity series here. I know we're hurting for drivers, so shout out to everybody that still shows up even though they're not in contention for the championship. Shout out to my sponsor, Doug Neal. Can't wait to be down there with him in here in less than 2 weeks. I'll be down there leaving Monday after the race and then coming back and be sitting here in my sim rig to spot him Monday night racing. I think it's at Martinsville. I can't remember where they're at in 2 weeks. But yeah, shout out to everybody here in the league and everybody everything everybody does.
Heck yeah, man. We'll enjoy that trip, man. We hope you and Doug have a great time together and know it's going to be a blast. You two boys getting together, that's probably going to be a wild time. So
yeah,
we know it's going to be a good one, Nate. But hey, man, congratulations again on your win here tonight. You probably got all the strategies from Zach out on Twitch, but hey, good job, man. And hey, we'll let you get out of here tonight, man.
Yeah, he'll win tomorrow night. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night too, man. And you hear it from Nate Mowrer, man, calling out Zach Nichols already, saying he's winning it tomorrow. For Pendell, that 94 machine, and have a word with our second place finisher, Chris for Pendell. Chris and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, well, we got to say that 94 machine was looking like probably the car to beat here tonight in the early stages. You and Bourgeois were doing a little Chris and Chris battle right there at the start of it. Had a good, strong run, and then there towards that second stage, it seemed like you fell back a little bit, had to fight through a little bit of traffic, and then right there at the end, you were getting there close to it. It seemed like you had to just fight with Tyler Johnson just a little bit more than you probably wanted to. That really wasn't allowing you to have the time to get up there and possibly chase down Mowrer. But man, a very excellent car tonight. Even Mowrer said that you were probably the car to beat him, himself. So you seem like you had a strong foundation to you guys tonight. What just went wrong in that 94 machine that you guys don't think y'all could have capitalized and possibly got that one extra position?
I was debating on whether to go down pit road with him or not, maybe stay under the lap and get in a clean pit road, because I was just trying to time it right, getting down pit road, and I got in there a little too deep and I had to slam on the brakes and from speeding, and I just lost some time there. But congrats to Nate, man. If I could lose to anybody here, it'd be Nate. I'm glad to see him get him a win. It sucks it's not me, but second place, that's a good point tonight for me. But yeah, the car was good all night. I was actually I was really happy with it on the long run. She was real easy to turn, fun to drive, and I was happy. I thought maybe this was my night finally. It feels like I've got like 20 second place finishes in here. So I was hoping tonight was going to be the night, but wasn't meant to be. So I'll take a second place and go on to, where are we at next week? Roval?
No, not Roval. That's 2 weeks. Chris, we're at Roval, right? I think Chris might have stepped away from his computer. That's awkward. He has the schedule open.
Well, anyways, yeah, we'll just go try. We'll go try next week at it again and see what we can do. But yeah, I'm just proud of that, how fast this 94 was. Actually, Nate gave me a few tips on what settings to run here, because I was trying to figure out how to run here in these cars. So congrats to him on the win again, and thanks for helping me out, Nate. I appreciate it. Joey, thanks for jumping in the chat with me and kind of coaching me a little bit. I appreciate that. And second place, we'll go next week looking for more.
Yes, you were 100% correct. It was the Roval. I said Martinsville. We were talking about another track, but yes, we are going to the Roval next week, man. I know that one's going to be a tough one for all you boys. That track's one of those ones that they don't I don't even know what to say about it. I've seen so many wrecks there, had so many wrecks there, just dealt with so much at the Roval. Great track, but man, I know it's going to be tough for you boys. But Chris, man, if you've got any final words or thoughts, shout outs, or anything we get or you want to get out before we let you get out of here, you can go ahead and throw them out there, buddy. We'll let you get on your way and celebrate this, what you said, to feel like the 20th second place here this season.
I just want to thank you guys, Jason, for putting on the league. I appreciate you inviting me this season. I've enjoyed racing with these guys. no matter what happens. And, I appreciate you guys broadcasting. You all do a good job. I usually got my broadcast streaming, so I kind of listen to it as I'm racing. Probably shouldn't do that, but I do. And then also thank you to all my sponsors over at Deep Racing, Circle B Diecast, Blackwater Suds, Old Timer Hat Company, Grounds and Hounds Coffee. Use promo code Deep Racing for free shipping at Circle B and Blackwater Suds, Old Timer Hat Company, Grounds and Hounds. You'll save 10% at the other three on shipping. So go check those guys out if you guys don't mind, and send them support. And obviously thanks to the wife for letting me do this every night. But we'll talk at y'all next week. Hopefully, I'd like to have a spot better. We'll see what happens.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we hope it
thank
comes
you guys.
for you, Chris. But yes, thank you, sir. Have a good night, man. And hopefully, like you said, we'll be continue our conversations next week.
No, appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, man. And that was Christopher Pendell. Going to go ahead and bring up our third and final interview of the night, Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
I got you loud and clear. You made me put my pants quick. That was scary.
Well, man, hey, Tyler, it's good to have you up here, man. Hopefully you don't got to go clean up too much after this interview. But, hey, that 5 machine was looking very strong here tonight, all the way up until it looks like you tagged the wall. I want to say you tagged it earlier in the run here tonight, but you got a little bit of a tag there coming on that last little bit of the run. And unfortunately, it kind of seemed like it slowed that run. You were starting to get up to the leader of Mowrer. You think possibly if you don't get that wall with that lap traffic just a little bit more lenient on you, we could be talking to you in victory lane tonight. We know it stinks going from possibly almost leading the race back to third, but hey, you still hung on to a podium here at Las Vegas. And sometimes at this track, that's got to feel like a win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll take a third. I mean, a second would have been nice, but yeah, all night it was kind of a struggle. I did official races here last week on iRacing, and the track seemed way different. I was kind of used to that. And then early in the run, it was just different. And then the whole first, before the stage break, it was just a struggle, and stage break hit, and it was kind of still a struggle. And then we got to that first pit stop, and I had a great pit stop, and, got up, led a couple laps or whatever. Then Nate got around me. And then, coming to the final pit stop, we had another really good pit stop, was really aggressive in there. And then we came out second, and yeah, I tagged the wall. I think it was Bryce. I thought he was going to go a little higher, and he kind of messed me up. Really, trying to get around lap cars or whatever. And then the following lap, I think it was in 1 and 2. I just came out at 2 and smoked the wall. I wasn't mentally focused. I lost focus, and if you make a mistake, then it goes downhill really quick, and it did. And I'm really glad I saved it though. When I hit that wall, I hit it pretty hard, and I was going straight for the infield wall, and I was looking at that thing straight on, and so I'm glad I at least got third. It was better than possibly last place finish or whatnot, but I'll take it. Congrats to Nate. I was gaining in on him, but it was just, we were really evenly matched, I felt like, and it was really hard for me to actually click off time. And some laps I would, some laps I wouldn't. But I kind of wanted him to have that win. I stole one from him at Darlington, so I guess we're even now. I give him that one. But yeah, it was a fun race though.
Heck yeah, man! It was an awesome race. You guys put on one hell of a show out there tonight. It was awesome to see everybody get out there on those last couple laps and try to reach for everything they can get. We know sometimes tagging the wall is just you going out there and giving it everything you got. So it was a show, man. It was awesome to see you boys get out there and put on another podium. Tyler, you come to life every week, man, and it's good to see that 5 machine just pick up more and more speed through the season. But we know y'all go to the Roval next week, so that's going to be a fun week for everybody. But hey, before we let you get out of here, Tyler, if you've got any final thoughts, words, or anything before we let you get out of here, buddy, you can go ahead and throw them out there. We'll let you get on your way, man.
Yeah, congrats to Nate. He ran a good race. Just didn't have enough skill at the end there. It kind of sucks, but, I'm glad we could adapt to the track and, come away with the podium. But, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jason. Thanks for everyone for putting this on, all the sponsors and everything. Bret Nielsen, he races in this league. I was really hoping he'd get in the final 8, but, we probably just barely missed it. But come back stronger next year with him. Hopefully we can both make the final 8, final 4 next year. But yeah, it's fun. We go to the Roval next week. Literally do not expect anything. I expect dead last. So I'm glad I kind of got a buffer this week with points. I'm going to see how it shakes out, and hopefully I don't even have to run. I can just register and get ready for Charlotte the next week.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we know it's going to be a tough week next week for you guys. It's going to be a fun one for us up here in the booth. Hey, we're looking forward to everything you guys got for us next week, man. But hey, it's always a pleasure to have you up here in the booth, Tyler. Again, congratulations on the third, man, and we'll hopefully be seeing you. And like I said to Chris just a moment ago, Pendell, hopefully we'll be carrying this conversation on next week, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Well, Chris, that was our final interview of the night here. Do you have any final words for our Xfinity faithful before we let them hit the road here tonight?
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody out there on that Facebook, on that YouTube chat. My game actually crashed as I was getting ready to pull up Tyler Johnson's name, so that's why the screen was black. But hey, other than that, we've just been having a lot of issues here tonight, but we got through it. We were able to watch Nate Mowrer, Christopher Pendell, and Tyler Johnson really get out there and race it out. Congratulations to Nate Mowrer taking home that third win. And just really big shout out to everybody that stuck with us on that Facebook, on that YouTube chat. Even though we had a little bit of hiccups here tonight, it was still a lot of fun, as it always is with these Bluegrass boys. Big shout out to LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Barber Ford Motorsports, and Kinder Performance Group. Cannot do this without them at all. Big shout out to everybody in the Bluegrass League, everybody that races, everybody that does race control. Jason, Brian Terry, all those guys. We could not do it without them. Big shout out to everybody that, like we said, that sits and watches these races on Saturday or Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And like I said, can't wait for that race tomorrow night here in the Cup Series. But man, I'm looking forward to the road courses next week.
Heck yeah. Well, I got to say the same thing. It's going to be very interesting to see our Cup Series drivers take to Las Vegas here tomorrow night. And man, next week it's going to be a blast at the Roval. But you're not going to want to miss tomorrow night. We've got a talented Cup Series field taken to Las Vegas here. So we'll see you then tomorrow night at 9 p.m. But other than that, just want to say a big shout out to LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Barber Ford Motorsports for coming on board here with the Bluegrass Racing Series. But other than that, just a big shout out to YouTube, a Facebook chat. Sorry about the stream issues we were having tonight here. Streams crashing, internet crashing, everything wanting to crash here. We do apologize about all that, but thank you for sticking along with us. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed their Tuesday night stay with us here, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow night for the Cup Series, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So good night. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow night, guys.